Hello, everybody. This is Renault, and today I am doing a very special video about temper tantrums and backing up all the braggadocio when it comes to finally time to perform. Because it turns out that sometimes people think that they're entitled to an opportunity, and then they talk a bunch of crap, and then when it's finally time to put up or shut up, they don't necessarily have the chops to bring it. And so that's what I'm going to be going over today. And so I figured this little image here with the little girl having a screaming temper tantrum is kind of perfect imagery for what I want to get set up. But it's also going to require certain sound effects and a soundtrack. And so I'm just going to go ahead and load that up now. Because, yeah, perfect. Perfect. Yeah, so it turns out, so let's just get started, actually. I think the baby sound effects, let's just put that for a stop for now. So, and guess who it's about? That's right, Mindy Wheeler. So, as some of you may have heard, back in April, Mindy was approached by Dynamite Comics to produce a variant Vampirella cover. And so she turned it down several times before eventually deciding to go ahead and do it. And then she started selling it on Indiegogo. And when that came out, and when she finally announced it, a lot of people had a huge problem with that. War campaign that some of you may be familiar with had almost I would say a good 2 month long temper tantrum, just because for various reasons. Basically they just hate women. There's a lot of other stuff that goes into it as well, but at the end of the day, they gave a lot of excuses. Oh, it's about the art, but if you've ever followed anything about them, it was not about the art, because some of the campaigns that they've promoted was subjectively and objectively as bad or worse than this cover that Anna created. But Anna and War Campaign weren't the only ones having a little temper tantrum. Another person having a temper tantrum was Mindy Wheeler. And I know that this went probably under the radar, and that's actually probably because she blocked a bunch of people, because she's a professional in the industry. So let's just read this here. Is this the standard for getting published with Dynamite? I'm confused. Facepalm. I'm being a little mean here, sorry. But seriously, I busted my butt for how many years to compete with this level of quality? This is not a professional level cover. How does this even happen? Oh, poor baby. So as you can clearly see, turns out war campaigns aren't the only people out there who have a sense of entitlement. Mindy Wheeler also has the maturity level of a toddler, and therefore thinks that she's deserving of other people's success and deserving of access to other people's platform. Now, I would point out that the reason why Anna was able to actually get that cover is it was a mutual benefit. Yes, Dynamite Comics did reach out to her, but not Mindy Wheeler, definitely not, but Anna has spent years, several years, building her own platform, developing her own audience, making people aware of who she is. She is a professional, trained artist. She that hasn't spent years and years in the comics industry, but you know what? Neither do a lot of people. So an opportunity is an opportunity, regardless of where it comes from or how someone gets it. So as you can see, Mindy Wheeler has a little temper tantrum. And she has it right off the bat by attacking Dynamite Comics. Or Dynamite Publishing, I think. And then a couple days later, or actually about 2 weeks later, the secret success as a comics creator, Build a fan base. Doesn't matter who else is successful. The industry is nothing but a bunch of independent cliques which have nothing to do with each other. Infighting between creators is 100% unnecessary. Just thought y'all should know. That's interesting, Mindy, because 2 weeks prior, you were attacking a fellow creator. That's right. You know, a creator who did exactly what you said people should do, building a fan base, building a network. You're right, Mindy Wheeler. It's 100% unnecessary. You two-faced hypocrite. Now, personally, I think Mindy Wheeler is actually one of the dumbest people in comics. And that's because, for some of you who are unfamiliar, way back in 2018, Mindy Wheeler decided to, quote unquote, claim to be Comicsgate. And then, like, after about a month, she decided to not be Comicsgate. But as she decided to not be Comicsgate, she decided to just attack people. And attack people. And attack people. All the while claiming to be a victim. If you don't want to be Comicsgate, just don't be Comicsgate and leave. Mindy Wheeler decided that that's too much trouble and decided to attack people on the way out the door. And she did that for a good solid 2 months. Good lord. It became a running joke. But again, she was attacking people, and people took notice that she was attacking customers, potential customers, and again, attacking creators. Remember what she just said. Infighting between creators, 100% unnecessary. Mindy Wheeler, I seem to recall you spending 2 months attacking fellow creators on the way out the door as you left, quote-unquote, Comicsgate for 2 months. So, you know, we don't have the memory of a goldfish. We are a lot smarter than you like to think. We are smarter than you, Mindy. We can actually remember things from more than 15 minutes ago. So we remember that you spent 2 months attacking creators and customers on the way out the door as you decided to, quote-unquote, not be Comicsgate. You know, oh, I'm being harassed and attacked, as you attacked people and attacked creators for literally 2 months. I remember because around early December, you finally just deleted your account. It was ridiculous. Okay, that's enough of that. So, Mindy Wheeler, being the genius that she was, realized that she blocked a bunch of people in the run-up to her campaign launch for her Vampirella cover. That's right. After having a temper tantrum and attacking Dynamite Comics, and after about like literally 100, near over 100 people told her all you have to do is reach out to Dynamite, commission a cover, and then sell it, because she was just having a temper tantrum. And she's an idiot and made herself look really bad in the process. And so she attacked Dynamite, and yeah, in the process, you know, they're like, "Hey, you've blocked people." There were probably Dynamite creators that she blocked. So let's read this. Ooh, I finally figured out what a block list was. When I came back to social media a couple months ago, I went a little block heavy due to previous trolling. I did find quite a few people that I blocked that I shouldn't have. I'm sorry to any of you I did that to. Whatever. Who cares? Again, Mindy Wheeler is really, really dumb. So she attacks Dynamite. She pretends that she doesn't know what a block list was, but she was obviously blocking lots and lots of people, including people very closely connected to Dynamite. Now, I understand Dynamite are prudent business people. They're like, whatever, we don't care. Money is money. So she finally put 2 and 2 together, because there's a lot of empty space in her head, so the 2 brain cells that she does have, it took a while to make that connection. And so those 2 brain cells that she had did finally get together and realize that she needs to reach out to Dynamite, and they reached out back to her. And they told her that, you know, yeah, you can commission a cover art, and then you can run your own campaign, or we'll manage it for you. And of course, EVS managed his own campaigns, but Mindy Wheeler, being an imbecile, she of course demurred to Dynamite to manage that campaign for her, because let's face it, Mindy Wheeler is not very smart. I've often asserted that she is probably the dumbest person in comics. Speaking of dumbest person in comics, and all that building a platform, oh hey look, this is Mindy's efforts at building a platform. I mean, good on her, but her Twitter campaign was anemic at first anyway. Her YouTube presence is rather shallow, but at least she's doing it. She's doing about, well, as you can see, she was doing like one video every 2 weeks. And then she finally started realizing that she needs to do, if she wants to build her base, she needs to do one video a day. So she's finally ramping up to that. But again, she's like 2 years behind what Anna did. She's 2 years behind. Anna has been building her platform for years. Mindy Wheeler has been building her platform for 3 months. Okay, maybe that's why Anna was reached out to and given an opportunity, and you had to reach out to Dynamite and commission art. So let's actually take a look at this art that Mindy Wheeler was finally able to develop. And there, oh no, that's Anna. So this is Mindy Wheeler's cover art. She talked a whole lot of Mindy Wheeler talked a whole lot of shit about Anna and Anna's artwork, and as you can see here, right away it's obvious that Mindy Wheeler is not, she's not creative. She's not a creative person. And what I mean by that, yes, she's an artist, but she's not creative. What that means is, like, imagine you're given a sandbox, and in this sandbox, you can do anything. Build castles, build elaborate landscapes, do literally anything. Mindy Wheeler, well, she would say, well, I've got a sandbox, so maybe I should build a sand castle. And, you know, that's okay, but a truly creative person would develop planes and trucks and new buildings and cities and all kinds of and spaceships and planets and all kinds of fantastical things. A truly creative person is truly creative. What Mindy Wheeler here has done is something very pedestrian and not particularly creative. And the reason why I say that is because this is actually a combination of several Vampirella covers that already exist. And on top of that, when she's given free reign to do whatever she wants, her cover is actually not that great to begin with. So let's just, and this is why I say that. This is from Sun Kamunaki. He did a Vampirella cover. You can see where Mindy Wheeler gets her graveyard background, gigantic moon background, bats, and a few bats off to the side background. So she draws inspiration from Sun Kamunaki, but she also draws inspiration from Stanley Lau, also known as Art Germ. So you can see with the blood running out of the mouth, and instead of this being fabric, it's blood, and you can see that. Again, big moon in the background. But that's the thing. What Mindy Wheeler here is just an amalgamation of these two artists. And she didn't even do it particularly well. So let's compare that to Anna's cover. Again, there's the bats, and the poses are similar, but everything here has a purpose. Whoops. Oh, come on. Everything in this Anna's piece actually has a purpose. This background here has a purpose. This rose has a purpose. And she said that she's doing it this way because she's trying to emulate Bruce Timm. What this flesh tone on flesh tone background, there's not enough contrast here. It doesn't look very good. And she has this rain effect, but this rain effect just doesn't look good. So we see that Mindy Wheeler had a temper tantrum. She talked a whole bunch of shit. And when she had full range, free reign to do whatever she wanted, she didn't really do anything special. And so Mindy Wheeler can that's why I call her she can do a workman-like art. She can't do anything particularly creative. At least if this is an example of her full creative works, because this isn't great. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to bring up. It's just she was given free reign to do whatever she wanted. She talked so much crap, and it turns out she didn't even understand what she was talking about. And she's not really receptive to information because lots and lots and lots of people told her exactly how she could do exactly what Anna did. But instead, what did she do right off the bat? She attacked Dynamite because she's not professional. She's not really that... If this is her artwork, it's not that great. I mean, compare this to this or this. Hell, even this. I would say that in some ways, this is actually worse than this because this doesn't look very well thought out. I mean, this looks thought out. There's a reason for everything here. She just has this super lackadaisical, undynamic pose. And even there's more this is more dynamic. There's more dynamism here than there is here. So, I mean, I'm not going to say that this one is definitively better than the other, is what I'm saying. But for somebody who talked a whole bunch of shit, she didn't bring it. Yeah, so anyway, that's just something I wanted to say. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.